yet again, the progressive and legitimate NRM members once again drew your attention to a matter of great public importance regarding our party, the NRM, and also the country, in the governance of our country, Uganda. Yesterday, all the main media outlets came up with views to the effect that NRM top organs backs Museveni for 2021 polls. The same case was carried that NRM top organ endorses Museveni. We thought it pertinent as NRM members. We are members of the sub-county, we are chairpersons of county NRM organs. We are members of the district NRM conferences. We are members of the National Executive Committee. And we are also flag bearers and members of the NRM caucus in Parliament. And we are all equally members of the National Conference, the supreme organ of the NRM. It is in that regard that we invite you to give guidance and clarify on a matter that appeared and which we want to clarify as follows. That at a retreat at Chobe Safari Lodge in Noya District, the Central Executive Committee of the NRM has adopted a resolution recommending President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni to be the party flag bearer in 2021 presidential elections. That at the end of their 5-day retreat, they adopted the resolution that President Museveni be allowed to continue leading the state in 2021 and beyond, as we eliminate, I quote, the bottlenecks of transformation. Now I would like to guide as follows. That the Central Executive Committee of the party is provided for within the party constitution of the NRM. And it is as this. There's Article 13 of the NRM is the one that provides for the Central Executive Committee. And it is the Central Executive Committee of the National Executive Council of the NRM. And subclause F, it provides, I welcome you, that the Central Executive Committee shall recommend to the National Executive Committee NRM candidates seeking nomination for offices of the National Chairperson, National Vice Chairperson, Second National Vice Chairperson who is a female, the Vice Chairperson representing East, North, West, Kampala, Karamoja regions of Uganda, and presidential candidates for NRM. This is the constitution of the NRM. It means that for them, theirs is to recommend a presidential candidate. How come that this time round, they are the ones nominating and naming candidates and closing and ring-fencing everybody out? The process of choosing a presidential candidate starts when the intending candidates apply. They show their intention that I intend to stand. So when did President Museveni put in his application to stand for 2021? All that we are telling you is that the Central Executive Committee in this instance, they are jumping the gun. 2021 is far ahead. And in any case, there are other aspirants. Why is the Central Executive Committee rushing to endorse President Museveni as the candidate? Yet for them, they are only supposed to vet. On that point, you are all aware that the lifespan of every organ of the NRM is 5 years. The current Central Executive Committee came into existence in 2010, 2011 elections. Therefore, it means that even this one, the outgoing, those who were elected, were renewed their mandate in 2016. Meaning that by 2021, their lifespan would have expired. So the recommendation is a stale recommendation, because the Central Executive Committee in existence now cannot be the one to recommend the president. What they are planning to do is to extend their lives as well. But as far as NRM is concerned, the current Central Executive Committee has no mandate to recommend the 2021 candidates, because their term is expiring in 2020. It is a stale recommendation. It is a stale resolution. It has no effect of law. So this is why we are calling upon the members of public and the NRM fraternity to tell them that as far as we are concerned, we disassociate ourselves from that fake resolution. It is not backed by any law, because the organ that is purporting to recommend, first of all, they don't have the mandate to nominate. Their mandate is to only approve, to vet and approve. Number two, their mandate is expiring in 2020. So where are they getting the mandate now to appoint and to play the game of President Museveni that he stands alone and is ring fencing for 2021 elections? If Honorable Anita did it in 2015, they said Mbabazi had a problem, the then Prime Minister, Honorable Amama Mbabazi, that he had a problem. So who is now the problem for Uganda now? Who is the problem for Uganda as we speak now? We call upon the Central Executive Committee to withdraw immediately their purported recommendation, because it isn't backed by any law, it is selfish, it is misguided, and it doesn't go to the aspirations of the people of Uganda. And lastly, I want to emphasize that all the parties are governed by the national constitution. All parties are governed and they are mandated and commanded by the national constitution. Article 71 of the constitution talks about a multi-party political system like we are in now. 71(1) says a political party in a multi-party political system like NRM now is shall conform to the following principles. Principle C under Article 71 is the internal organization of a political party shall conform to the democratic principles enshrined in this constitution. We are all aspiring to have free and fair elections. Now, the Central Executive Committee is jumping the gun by saying we are ring fencing. What is it they are trying to do? It is against the national constitution. And at a later stage, my colleagues, as they may add, we may consider making a constitutional petition to determine whether the misguided resolution of the Central Executive Committee is in conformity with the constitution of the NRM and whether it violates the constitution of the Republic of Uganda. NRM as a party should lead by example. You start with democracy inside your party. Now, if you don't have internal democracy, which democracy are you going to give to the country? If NRM doesn't have the internal democracy in itself, which democracy, which example are we giving to the entire country? So we condemn the selfish resolution by the SEC members. I think they are trying to buy favors from the NRM and the president. And also we want to condemn any effort by the president to manipulate the Central Executive Committee. The Central Executive Committee of 25 members, they are the ones endorsing. Yet you know NRM is a party, is a mass party for all the people of Uganda, with the organs stretching to the village level. Now they are conniving. There is connivance with a small group to have President Museveni endorsed. And lastly from me, Sechku was a member of parliament for Remiaga County. When is it going to be enough for President Museveni to choose somebody to succeed him? In the retreat, they are saying that President Museveni should lead beyond 2021 and forever. Now I'm asking, and I want the president to answer this, because the president has been hiding from the facts. The president must look Ugandans in the eye and tell us, after 35 years in power, What enough is enough for him now? What enough is enough for him? President Museveni, tell us, what agenda do you have for this country? Leave alone the manipulation of SEC. Leave alone the manipulations of the LC5 who sat. Leave alone all these maneuvers that are going around. Now I want President Museveni to answer this himself in person. For how long must he take this country for a ride? What transformation is he expecting to lead the country into after 35 years? Even in Singapore, Lee Kuan Yew was able to lead for the transformation of Singapore. In just 17 years, Singapore had reached a takeoff stage. We are now 35 years. By 2021, President Museveni shall have been in power for 35 years. What new things is there for him to give to the country? What vibrant ideas does he have? What transformation does he have? So, ladies and gentlemen, members of the NRM party who are out there, who are deprived of your powers, the members of the NRM who are disregarded in major decisions of the NRM, we are here to tell you that the spirit of NRM is still alive. We are still strong. We are still legitimate to come out on your behalf, you the millions of Ugandans, the millions of the NRM who are out there, to speak on your behalf that we are saying no. Let Museveni, if he is popular, let him subject himself to the popular election. After all, they will choose him. You cannot stifle the democracy within the party and you think you'll give democracy to the entire country. Fortunately, you have power, you have money, you can manipulate it, but stand, allow to be challenged, and you show that you are legitimate and you are popular, rather than running away and shying away from the duty. I've never known Museveni as a coward. If President Museveni, you are now becoming a coward, better tell us. But we shall not go by, we shall not dance to that tune. Enough is enough.